Hello everybody, it's Miss Victoria. I have a special treat for you guys. Are you ready? Yeah? Okay. So Miss Victoria had written a book a couple of months ago, a children's book. And it's just one of the books that I've written just in my free time. It's something that I do that I like to do when I'm feeling creative. And it's a way that I can express myself, kind of like artwork, like painting or something, or dancing. That's what I like to do. I like to write. So I wrote a book about a snail. And I drew this picture super quick just to show you, remind you what a snail looks like. But a snail, it has a shell, right? It's got a gooey body, and then it has a shell. And the shell has a certain pattern on it. Does anybody know what this pattern is called? It's a spiral, right? Yeah. So it goes from inward, and it goes, or you could go from the outside and go, right? So that's a spiral. So my book is called Fibonacci the Snail. So you'll have to use your imagination. So everybody put on your imagination hat. Get it on there tight. That way you can use the pictures in your mind to imagine what the characters look like and what's happening in the book, okay? All right. All right. And then can you do me a favor? If you like the book, can you let me know? Because I would love to know what you think about it. Your opinion means a lot to me, and I really value your opinions very much because you're all very smart, and I would love your opinion on it. Okay. So it is called Fibonacci the Snail. Fibonacci the snail trudges on in despair. Who am I? Confuzzled words swirl in the air. My mother is kind, my father is wise, but when I look in the mirror, all I see is disguise. I've tried following paths like the other snails do. Stick to the plan, follow our goo. Follow your spiral, hums a voice in my ear. Follow it inward, then your answer is clear. I don't understand, for my shell is just that, a home for my insides, like his shoe or her hat. I do not understand, for my shell is just, oops. Okay, next part. Your shell is not like her shoe or his hat. Your shell is your guide, like a compass or map. I don't get it, my patience starts to grow thin. Who are you, voice? Who let you in? I am Satnam, your conscience, the being in question. You want to know, don't you? So take my suggestion. Oops, I messed up. That's okay, right? Sometimes we mess up. All right, let's start that again. I am Satnam, your conscience, said the being in question. You want to know, don't you? So take my suggestion. My conscience, a being? What a funny opinion. But with nothing else to lose, I take his advice and go inland. Around and around I spin until my mind gets quite dizzy. I am inside my own shell now. My belly feels fizzy. I take a deep breath, and this gives me calm. There's that voice again whispering to me, follow me. I am Satnam. What is my own path? How do I know? Look inside, feel your breath. What makes you grow? Well, I like thinking and asking, and boy, do I ponder. Every time I am told something, my mind starts to wander. Is it true? Can I trust it? Who is this one to know? Ah, how beautiful it is when your true self does show. So you mean to say don't follow, lead your own path instead? That's just what I mean. Get out of my head. So his spiral shell was much more than a home for his insides. It was his own map. And so from that day on, Fibonacci spread his little friend's method and stamped his map spiral on all who would let him, on roses and galaxies, iguana tails too. Map spirals are everywhere. They're even on you. They're on your fingerprint. They're in our DNA. If you have curly hair, that's a spiral, right? If you ever question like Fibonacci the snail, breathe deep, find your Satnam, and make your own trail. The end. So that is my story about Fibonacci the snail. And I think that it's important to realize that, first of all, we have to always follow our own trail, right? Our own map. Because if I follow somebody else's map, do you think that I'm going to be very happy? No, because that map doesn't belong to me, right? That belongs to somebody else. So you have to do what Fibonacci the snail did and follow your own map so that you understand who you are and what you like to do so that you can live a happy life, right? And then the other thing is a spiral can be a calm pattern to make. And it's really fun to draw. You start on the inside and you go around and around, and each time you make the around a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger until you have a pattern just like this. And it's really nice also because the spiral represents the unfolding of our lives, right? So we don't all know what's going to happen tomorrow, right? We can't tell the future, can we? No. So it's just the gentle unfolding of life itself is what a spiral represents. And also our own path. So I thought it would be really fun and enjoyable for us to go outside into nature or to go around our own houses and find materials, something we could use, and making a spiral with those materials. So I'm gonna do a separate video of me making a spiral with something that I find either in my house or outside, and I'll send that to you guys too. And then maybe you guys can make your own spirals. You can either draw them, or you could do what I'm doing, maybe find some seashells or some rocks or some leaves or something, and making your own spirals. Okay? All right. I hope you enjoyed my story. Please let me know how you liked it if you liked it. And I'm sorry that it didn't have enough pictures, but I hope that you were able to use your mind to imagine. Okay. Bye, guys.